Howdy, howdy!
Hello.
And welcome to
But it was aliens.
the Paranormal Comedy
You saw the
Podcast.
look that I just got for doing that. I'd be dead.
Where we probe paranormal activity to decide for the questionable benefit.
Right. Well. Start again, you miserable little prick.
But it was aliens! My name is Mr. Kev in the John, and alongside me with no idea what we'll be covering today is Mr. Granville Moonwalker. Today, we will be returning to Mexico.
Mexico.
The skies of Mexico.
Skies of Mexico.
But will we be covering aliens? Or something
Something else in the skies of Mexico.
else? It was March the 5th, 2000. Salvador Guerrero was a respected watcher of the sky who had logged many hours of UFO footage. Spheres, lights, possible experimental craft. That chap was filming it. This guy was like the king of the watchers of the sky. Now, just like usual, Salvador was on the roof of his home in Colonia Agricola Oriental with all his gear, aka a video camera. When you're a watcher of the sky, that's all you need. It's questionable if you even need a zoom, though Salvador did have one. As usual, Salvador noticed something moving in the sky quite a distance away, so Salvador started watching. It's what he did remember. This thing was dark. Darker than your usual aircraft or even UFO. This thing was also very high in the sky, so it was unlikely to be anything human-made unless it was top-level military. Salvador pulled out his video camera, locked in, and hit the zoom button. What Salvador would be greeted by was possibly one of the freakiest things you could ever imagine.
And I can imagine some freaky shit.
I pictured you bending over forwards, head between your legs, kissing your own ass. Freaky.
Now he was a freaky one. So,
I can picture some frickafangs.
how many hours are needed to be logged for it to be classed as many hours? And then how many hours need to be logged above that for it to go into the next category of hours?
So I would say 2 hours is many hours.
Okay.
1 hour, an hour. 2 hours, many hours. More than 2 hours, next category.
Okay.
Have you ever sat outside at night watching the sky, not doing anything else, purely watching the sky for more than 2 hours?
No.
Precisely.
So he's experienced.
Indeed.
Well, I'll probably say over 2 hours in my lifetime, but not
If cumulatively, but everyone glances up for like 5 to 10 seconds. Maybe you lay on the floor looking at clouds for a couple of minutes. But 2 hours non-stop, not doing anything else, not picking up your phone and checking Instagram, not going inside, having a drink, watching a movie, purely watching the sky to watch the sky.
And
I've talked myself back around here.
He's got so much evidence here. Like, he's noticed so many things going on.
He's seen a lot in those many hours.
Is he just making up things like stories for anything that he sees in the sky?
No.
Or is he... I want to think of another term for conduit. Are those things in the sky there because he's there?
I hadn't thought of that. We'll get into...
Are they watching him rather than him watching them? It's like one of those instances where you happen to look and a baby's looking at you, and then you can't stop looking at the baby, and you're just staring at the baby because the baby's staring at you.
But what started it?
And you're having that staring contest, and you're like, I'm not going to fucking lose to this baby.
You always lose to the baby. Because at some point the parent's going to look, and you don't want to be the creepy person staring at someone else's baby.
Is this what's happening between him and the UFOs, though he doesn't realise?
They're staring at him purely because he's staring at them.
He's the baby. Intergalactic stare off.
A red cross on him, ready to nail him because he's staring.
Then he looks away and they're like, station man down, we're good.
Then he comes back the next night. As Salvador zoomed in, there was indeed a dark object.
A red light.
Slowly spinning in the sky. But this was no plane or even a spaceship. The object had outstretched arms and legs. Yes, dear probers, this appeared to be a lifeless, floating human body. What? Salvador's jaw hit the floor and he had no idea what to do other than keep the camera rolling. I mean, what do you do in this situation?
Hello, is that emergency services? There is you're never going to believe this, officer, but basically, Superman has gotten really stoned and he's gradually floating towards me.
Salvador was an experienced watcher of the sky, remember? So Salvador had the skills to track this floating humanoid for quite a while, and Salvador made quite the recording. The human was stationary for a time, but continued to slowly spin before it began moving forward once more and disappeared behind a building. A floating, spinning human. This must have been absolutely terrifying.
Okay, so I have a question here.
Yes?
This object was so high up that it couldn't be man-made. Correct?
Possibly.
How big is this human? Is it human size?
Yeah.
So how did he see it?
With the zoom button.
But he didn't use the zoom button before.
He hit the zoom button.
Not before he saw the object.
He saw a twinkling in the sky.
So what does this human have? Disco balls.
Sparkly necklace.
Did it?
I didn't mean physically like light. He just saw something like, you know, if you look in the sky, you might see a bird flutter by, and you can't really tell it's what sort of bird it is, but you know there's something there. Your brain knows.
I can also tell
you
in the sky that if I saw a bird higher than a plane, I would be high, because there is no way I'll be able to see the bird that is higher than the plane if it is the size of a normal pigeon or seagull. Now, if this bird was 10 times the size of a Boeing, maybe. But this human isn't. This human is human size and spinning and higher than a plane would be. And he hadn't hit zoom yet.
He hit zoom.
Yet.
He didn't know it was spinning until he hit zoom.
Didn't know what it was until he hit zoom. So how did he see it?
He looks at the sky all the time. I'm not even saying that he saw it until he saw it.
Did he see this at night or during the day?
Didn't I cover the time?
I can't remember. That's why I'm asking.
I thought it was the evening.
So, in the darkened sky, he's going to see an object higher up than a plane. Remember, it's higher up. It's so high up that it couldn't be a man-made object.
Not that we know.
What is the highest a plane can go into the sky, or a helicopter, or even a rocket before it comes out of sight?
Well, I'm going to take rockets out of that question because they can go into space.
Yes, but it's a man-made.
But they're also, they have to be large to carry enough rocket fuel to get into space. So,
but how high does it go before we don't see it? Because remember, it can't be man-made, so it has to be higher than any man-made object in the sky ever.
About 62 miles high.
What's that in feet?
It's 100 kilometers.
What? 100 kilometers in baby steps.
So I would take a guess that it's about 328,084 foot,
So, his eye
which is about
can
100
see
kilometers.
that high up.
Well,
His
no.
naked eyeball before he used zoom.
I don't get your line of questioning, because I'm not saying it was that high up. Planes, that's a rocket
Is higher than any man-made object.
that we know of.
So
yeah.
he completely dismissed anything man-made unless it was military because it was higher than any man-made object could be.
So it was higher than 42,000 feet. That's how high a plane can go. Because it couldn't have been a rocket.
So was it higher than 100k?
Yeah.
100 kilometers.
Was the object.
Mm.
Oh, he doesn't know. He's just filming it. He hasn't...
I'm smelling so much bullshit here, but let's continue. I can sense in your answers you're trying to spin me a yarn. Spin me for a cotton wool.
Of course, I'm not going to leave you hanging, Mr. Moonwalker. I am going to show you a still, for now, from Salvador's video, which we will, of course, post over at But It Was Aliens on Instagram, or wherever the hell we please. If you just like to check this out, Mr. Moonwalker.
Before I do, if this is like a toy soldier, it's just been like... It's going to be one of those little green army men with the flat bottoms.
So remember, this is massively zoomed in.
So what it looks like is Bigfoot striking a post.
A slightly misshapen Bigfoot. Yeah, that's kind of where my mind was more than toy soldier.
Or a gummy bear on the lens.
But this was a video, so lens artifacts and that kind of thing have been ruled out.
Okay, so we have...
We'll get into some of this anyway, allegedly.
I can admit that is a humanoid shape.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we have the still from the video, later on, are we going to see the full video?
We're going to get deeper.
Okay. Into the video?
We might get into the video. Yeah, we'll get into the video.
Will we see the video?
We'll get further into... I have some more evidence coming up for you. I'll go that far.
Knitting needles to help you spin that yarn.
This one's going to get deeper.
I'm going to have a scarf by the end of this. Woolly hat.
So he saw an artifact this shape in the sky.
An artifact?
There's well, yeah. I'm just using a phrase.
Oh.
That doesn't look like any sort of plane or rocket, does it? And remember, it was spinning and floating rather than bombing around.
I mean, you say it was spinning and floating, but I haven't seen it, so...
You're looking at it right now.
I haven't seen it spinning or floating.
You haven't seen it spinning or floating, but you can see the artifact in the sky.
I can see it.
In the sky, yes.
I can see it.
Yes, and that's in the sky where you can see it.
If you say so.
I do. Salvador told other enthusiasts what he'd seen and had the footage too, remember? So, of course, everyone was trying to find this thing or another like it after this news broke. In December 2000, Salvador was filming with Juan Flores when the duo would once again see a freaky fricking floating humanoid in the sky above Salvador's home. It is the baby thing, isn't it? The floodgates had opened and something was coming through. Invading, if you will. Sadly, we don't have the evidence of this second sighting for today's probe, but we do have more evidence coming up today because this was not the last sighting of one of these things. As news broke about Salvador's sighting, it turned out that there had been another via another respected watcher of the sky. In Cuernavaca, Morelos Amado Marque had seen a similar incident and videotaped it in February 2000, before Salvador had even witnessed the floating humanoid himself. Amado, in considering how effing crazy his own sighting was, had decided not to go public with it at the time. We have a still from Amado's video, and of course, after Salvador's broke, Amado knew he wasn't alone and let that shit leak.
Now that it's out there, are we going to see the video of this one?
I feel like you're really, really fixating on the video. I'm showing you
100% proof. I mean, if I see the video,
I'm showing you pictures.
I am
what more proof could there be?
99% sure I will side on the fact that this is aliens.
We'll get to the videos later, I've told you.
But will we see them?
Well, you're seeing part of them already.
Because what this looks like to me is possibly a speck on a piece of paper, and they've really just
the
zoomed
shape of a
in.
humanoid.
Well, if you just got,
What sort of speck?
or not a speck, but if you got a biro or a little bit of like ink and just blobbed
That's the technical
an
term.
outline of a human and then just really zoomed in on it, you could make that look like what we're seeing here.
So, if I show you the video, will you say that it's aliens?
If I see video proof of this,
I might be
I
pulling
am
off the greatest ruse.
99% sure that I may say that this is aliens.
Will?
Will? If.
So yeah, we've got humanoids in the sky, and it's hard to say what else they could be looking at the stills.
Okay.
In July 2000, amidst all this craziness, Gerardo Valenzuela of Cuernavaca, Morelos,
I'm so glad this is your episode.
just also happened to be a respected watcher of the sky and associate of Salvador and Amado.
Does he have more hours? Has he got many hours, or is he in the next echelon?
Unconfirmed.
Ooh.
But the associate had his own experience. In the sky, Gerardo saw what appeared to be a tall, dark humanoid slowly descending towards the surface of the earth. Gerardo tracked the figure until it disappeared behind a hill, using his top high-tech Watcher of the Sky equipment, aka a late 20th century video camera. Again, we have a still of that footage, and we will touch on this later, but I will just say, these videos are really hard to find and disappear as quickly as they appear. I'll also add that it stands to reason that it is Watchers of the Sky who'd be best placed to observe things in the sky. Whatever these things are. We are getting beyond the realms of coincidence now with all these very similar sightings.
What they could have done here is thrown a jelly baby up in the air, because it looks like the little blurry black bits in the background look like part of a tree, maybe.
Yep.
So they could have just thrown a jelly baby in the air
So
and recorded its descent.
I have
taken a
seen
still.
one of these videos, and they move really, really slowly, and I had linked them in the notes, but when I went to check them, they just keep on going down. Cannot find a reliable link. It's hard enough to find them in general, but when you do...
What they could have done is use some fishing wire and stuck it through something and just had it hover over the top of them from behind. So say they're here with the camera, someone's behind them, just gently lowering the item down.
I find it insulting that you would question the honourable nature of the Watchers of the Sky.
If you find it insulting, then it's insulting.
These folks are good people.
They might be good people.
The best of good people.
They might be the best of good people with ill intentions.
Very best of good people without ill intentions.
They could be all of that, but mischievous.
There's no mischievousness for the very best of people without bad intentions. You better hope you never see an alien, because I'm going to pull it to shreds. The sightings continued. On October the 1st, 2000, Mexico City's La Prensa newspaper reported on a phenomenal incident. Both the pilot and co-pilot of a commercial airliner reported that they had witnessed a little flying man in the sky during their descent into Mexico City Airport. The pilot asked the paper not to print his name to protect him from ridicule, but let me reiterate, we have 2 witnesses here. Both the people in the cockpit. If I was on a plane and the pilot saw a potential threat in the sky, I'm not sure I'd want to know, so I can only assume they didn't announce this thing to the passengers. The pilot reported that as they looked out of the cockpit, the little flying man appeared to have a little backpack on and was flying somewhat more freely than the other humanoids we've so far covered, but nonetheless, this was indeed a floating humanoid in Mexico. Even this wasn't the most shocking sighting though. On Valentine's Day 2004, that's February the 14th, Granville, Ana Luisa Cid and not 1 but 2 other witnesses all videotaped the Mexico City skyline. In the sky, Ana began to notice a large, dark object. Ana narrated the video as this event went down and could be heard asking, "What is it?" as the object appeared to slowly move towards Ana in the night sky, becoming clearer. The object began taking shape as a big, black, humanoid body. The body the body appeared to be beneath a shaking structure. Ana wondered if what she was seeing was actually a helicopter, but then a smaller dark object appeared below before being sucked inside the larger object. Then the whole object split into pieces. The now lower object looked like some kind of cloaked entity, and a higher entity seemed to have wings. The smaller body below then appeared to be released from the larger object's hold and headed to the right, disappearing behind a mountain. The other 2 pieces joined back together and themselves disappeared into the night sky. This incident is known as the Entity Reunion in the Sky, or the Metapod, and is itself quite a famous sighting, as well as an extreme case of the floating humanoids of Mexico. I struggled to find English language descriptions of this event, sadly.
So again, we have
Thoroughly high quality visual evidence. What more could you ask for? Nothing! See? Nothing!
the actual videos. Right.
But I'm showing you what you could see in the videos so you can hone in on them, really look at the detail. Better than moving blurry footage. Either you're
gaslighting me to the point where or you're going to have all the videos at the end. Or you really don't have shit. This just looks like a speck of dirt on a screen. You could be looking at a fly that's had its wings decapitated. Like, there's nothing there. Just dark spots.
I'd argue that you could be looking at a floating humanoid.
I mean, you could argue it.
Theoretically possible.
I still wouldn't believe it until I saw video evidence. Which I'm assuming you have for me.
You can assume.
Also, we've gone from normal floaters to backpacks.
Floaters. Floaters in the sky. Have you ever seen a Mexican floater? This one is actually a really famous sighting. one of the most famous in Mexico extraterrestrial events.
What, the one you're about to tell me, or the one we
The one I've just
sat
told you.
through?
Sat through? What do you mean sat through? Begrudgingly?
Listening to that nonsense with not having video evidence. And apparently there is video evidence.
What do you mean apparently? I'm showing you stills from the videos. That's proof that there are videos. Why are you laughing?
Could be doctored.
On June the 17th, 2005, in Unidad Habitacional La Mas de Platero, Horatio Roquette and his sister saw a tall, dark creature in the sky and snapped themselves a video. You're not going to believe what I've got for this bit. The figure appeared to be looking directly at the siblings and had some kind of utility belt with a red light. Imagine that! You see a UFO, or not even a UFO, an entity, and start filming it, then it turns slowly towards you with all its dildos hanging off its utility belt like, "Oi, you!" Later. To me, this one is like a cross between a jellyfish and a humanoid and slightly resembles those robot thingies from the Matrix. Whatever it was, I don't know whether it ended up getting the siblings. So I've got a still for you from the video here, Mr. Moonwalker.
These people that have the videos, they all know each other.
No. The first couple were all part of
Alliance
I don't know how some of them knew each other, but not the latter ones. But those first couple, not Alliance Club, no. They were all hobbyists.
hoaxes.
Sky watchers. They'd look out for planes, satellites, rockets, stars, all that kind of jazz.
Jelly babies.
Well, they wouldn't be in the sky, would they?
What if you
I've
frozen?
shown you video evidence in still. And to be fair, this one looks all like a jelly baby.
Oh, it just looks like something with a little light attached to it.
It's kind of like a fire hydrant the more I look at it.
Yeah. And again, this one's a bit... Either their cameras are better, they've managed to get a better zoom, or this one's lower in the sky.
I think this one was lower, yeah.
Fair enough.
Hard to tell for definite though. As I say, this is like me or you just whipping out our phone and taking a photo of something we see in the sky. We would have no real clue as to how high or low it was and what the scale of it is, etc. It's not like they were picked up on radar, etc. These things are really hard to find the original video for, as I've said, partially because they aren't written in a language I can read, and partially due to mibbing off. I've scoured the internet though, and I don't think what I'm about to show you is the Salvador video the still is taken from, Mr. Moonwalker, but I did find a really obscure compilation of 2 of Salvador's sightings, and I hope these haven't been taken down because they disappear quick and are bloody hard to find. The first of these 2 sightings is a floating humanoid, though hasn't been zoomed in on, being that it's live footage. I'll just let Mr. Moonwalker watch this for his thoughts, and the links will hopefully be live on our episode notes. Here we go, Mr. Moonwalker.
So we have a video.
We may have a video.
We don't have the video, but we have a video. Let's take a look. Oh, he's looking up into the sky. It's that weird thing where like they move a camera and they're like, "Oh, look at that," and they move it back.
Yeah, so they were taken. Then he's like, "Oh, hold on, there's something there."
And he zoomed in, and it just looks like a black dot in the sky. And he zoomed back out, and he zoomed back in, and it's there. It is hovering.
Yeah, it's going very slow. It's not bombing around. Our crafts can't do that. You can kind of make out little legs on it.
I mean,
video evidence, Mr. Moonwalker. Video evidence.
and there's a plane going past, and he's zooming out. So what we saw is a black dot in the sky, which could also be a helicopter. Oh, we got another video.
It couldn't be a helicopter.
It could. It was just hovering there.
It couldn't be.
Yeah, he's watching a little white orb going
Daytime.
around. It's during the day.
We have a daytime sighting of something in the sky. Disappears behind branches.
I would give him that. It disappears behind things. He's able to keep up with how quick this is moving quite easily.
It's hard to say because, and we saw a bird fly past it at one point, so it's definitely not a bird. In fact, at 2 points.
And it's gone behind the clouds, and he still manages to find it.
But we don't know.
And he zooms out.
Yeah, we don't know how far zoomed in this is. So he could have there could be quite a wide view of the sky.
I will give him that second video. That has me intrigued, yeah. And there goes the bird.
So I think you'll find that you said you would definitely say that this one is aliens.
I said 99%, but you haven't shown me video evidence of what I asked for.
You asked for video evidence as to the flying humanoids.
Yes.
That's exactly what I've just shown
This
you.
is not what
If you
you've shown
take
me.
a stick, this is why I've given you stills, so you can zoom in on them.
And
See?
there's
What did I
nothing
say? What did I say? You can pause it, zoom in, and see the clarity of the shapes. If you watch them in motion, you can't. You can't have your cake and eat it.
I can, it's my cake.
Now, we are just going to finish up with a video from the 19th of June 2011 because these things did continue to be seen, and I came across this one whilst looking for Salvador's footage and I couldn't work out where it came from, but it is bloody intriguing footage. This one is 100% floating humanoid. We'll link these in our episode notes as always, but not always. I'm so happy the last one wasn't taken down. Changed that about 6 times.
Yeah.
Metapod.
He is zooming out, and that does look to be behind a cloud.
Mm-hmm. It kind of fades a little bit.
Yeah, it does. And he zooms in. It's almost like
As if you questioned me bringing videos.
if Superman was just stood there, like watching something in the sky.
Yes! I was just expecting eye lasers any second.
Or for it to just dart off. And that's what I want to see. I want to see it move.
But they're just floating, remember? They're floaters. You have now seen a Mexican floater.
I have. Now, I can't tell in that video if it was moving down or if that was just his camera work.
Mm-hmm.
So, we have seen the Mexican floater.
How do you feel about that?
I feel like it's quite possibly aliens.
99% chance!
Score! Direct hit!
Like, how can I not at that point?
Yeah, you've gone so hard on one of the videos. You kind of got to stand by it.
I'm in.
That is all the sightings we'll be covering in this episode, though there are absolutely more if you go looking, but what we're left asking is, what are these things? Can humans float? I suppose is the first question. When I first heard of these, I pictured something like out of a horror film with unconscious people floating to their death, but in reality some of them have looked more robotic rather than fleshy, so I'm not entirely sure that they're humanoids, though they're definitely something. Are they alien? It's a possibility. These could be the initial scouts before we see a more significant invasion, though I have no data to support that suggestion. The other usual possibility is military tech. It's hard to distinguish between those two options, aliens or military, but something is clearly going on in the sky, so it's a case of what is it rather than did it happen. Getting a little more out there. What if these things are lost souls searching for the afterlife? They float and even spin somewhat aimlessly without really doing much. Are they lost? They could be. There are probably crazier theories out there. The last possibility is mistaken camera artifacts and lens flare or ghosting. Maybe even insects. Ana Luisa Cid and many of these other ufologists have become somewhat notorious for spamming UFO footage, which, whilst not fake, does lend itself to some footage being more unexplainable than others. The Metapod, for example, to me, does look like a kite with lens flare. The difficulty here, though, is you can't use one mistaken identity explanation to apply to every piece of footage, as the artifacts appear in different parts of the screen and move differently. There we have it. That is the probe. Unless you have any other theories for this whole new field of ufology, Mr. Moonwalker?
You did touch upon it earlier, but without realising you touched upon it. Movies. Could this possibly be footage from a film that we've not seen? Like B movies that never came out, or
there's too much of it out
anything
there.
like that? Like a cheap knockoff version of Superman or something like that. Although I'm pretty sure they would have had more than him just stood there or hovering there in the sky.
Like a knockoff porn version of Independence Day. Independence Gay or something. A floater comes down from the sky.
In Deep Independence Day. I'm ready to conclude.
In summary, we've explored Salvador Guerrero's March 2000 experience, whereby whilst on the roof of his Mexican house, Salvador encountered something so strange and unusual, so bizarre, that it created a whole new field in ufology. This was only the beginning. Salvador had seen a floating humanoid, a Mexican floater. We zoomed through many more floating humanoids, including another by Salvador and Juan Flores in December 2000, an earlier one Amado Marquez, had seen in February 2000, but was too scared of ridicule to release until Salvador's broke, and Gerardo Valenzuela's July 2000 sighting. These initial ones pretty much just slowly floated and spun. We covered an airline pilot and co-pilot seeing a little man with a backpack flying in the sky, with that news breaking in October 2000. We even found a case from February 2004 with 3 separate witnesses, including Ana Luisa Cid, whereby the floater was a little more active. There was the 2005 brother and sister sighting, whereby the floating humanoid was looking right at them, and we finished up with what may be original Salvador footage alongside a June 2011 video of a sighting. Lots of evidence. But what are they? We pondered between aliens, military technology, real floating humanoids for whatever reason, lens flare, and similar photographic artifacts. Thank you to Santiago Turia for putting most of these accounts together. Are you ready to conclude, Mr. Moonwalker? You did say that you were.
I am.
So are you saying that it was aliens?
It's aliens.
What? The microphone is going away. He's done.
I can't explain that other than aliens.
Ooh. Yeah.
I'm talking out my ass.
What? No. Hold on. Let's move on.
Whilst
Thank you for listening.
I admit, those videos are pretty weird. I do not believe that they are alien in nature. And also, you did not show me the exact videos of what I asked for, in which I said that I would 99% say that they were aliens.
So the first video I showed you may have been that.
Also may not have been that.
But it is believed to be one of Salvador's videos.
But not the one we were speaking on.
But it was, because we spoke on both of them.
We did not speak on the one that you got the still from.
There were 2.
But we didn't see those ones.
There were only 2 and we saw one of them.
We didn't.
We did.
It's not aliens.
Get out of Yeah, I kind of already said this, but when I first heard of these, I imagined something so freaky, like horror-like, but when I got into it, it was kind of the usual alien or military fare. I do think this kind of event would probably be the most likely first contact with aliens, but on this occasion, I think this one is a mixture of mistaken artifacts in photography, insects, birds, and occasionally something military. And as I said, the Ana Luisa Cid Metapod for me was a kite. That when you see the video, some of them are quite convincing, but what's alien about it, I guess? Drones are much more common today in the public conscious.
But they wouldn't have been back then. So.
Yeah. Any final thoughts, Mr. Moonwalker?
No.
Okay, I'm going to delete everything you said after you said it's aliens. Thank you for listening, folks. If you want to support the show and hear some more, you can head on over to the darkest corner of the internet over at patreon.com/But It Was Aliens, where each month we release bonus episodes we call side probes into paranormal history, mysteries, and conspiracies, often a bit filthier or crazier than our main feed. You can gain access to these episodes for quite literally less than a cup of coffee. You can share episode suggestions with us on the Twitter @But It Was Aliens. You could also say hello on Facebook, where connected to But It Was Aliens is a secretly public private group called Extraterrestrial Towers. Being a member of Extraterrestrial Towers grants you protection from the aliens when they invade. Sure, it may also confirm your agreement to experimentation by us, whereby you may end up floating across the Americas in an altered state of consciousness, but we also have nothing to do with that and admit nothing. That is it for this episode, so until next time, does anybody use the buttons on the front of boxer shorts? The truth is up there. #probe. Only for surprise sex.